is a test of the emergency broadcast system.
This is only a test.
DJs and MCs. This DJ, he gets it out.
Listen to this jockey's introduction to
Two DJs and a mic with your host, DJ Mike
Is that a timetable?
and DJ JP.
Well, get on it. It's your time.
Give me the mic.
Okay, guys, welcome back to another edition of Two DJs and One Mic.
One mic.
One mic. And I am the nice, soft-spoken, easy to deal with DJ Mike, and I'm here with the quiet one.
Yes, sir. We're gonna leave it at that.
Yes, how you doing today?
Man, I'm
Jeffrey?
good, man. Can you believe we're 6 months into a new year already, man? It's already July the 1st. We're in the 7th month of 2025, Miguel.
Yes, man, that is kind of weird.
Yeah, we already deep into the year, brother.
Man, it's crazy. You know what? When I think back to like NAM and
See, like NAM was just
last year.
No, last for me it seems not too far away.
Well, you're right, and it was like, dang, where did the time go?
I don't know, man. Life is going fast and furious. I remember when we used to think things were slow, but now it's just it's going, man. It's going. But man, I absolutely adore this topic you put out, or we thought about and talked about doing tonight.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a good topic.
Yeah.
And for you guys, you know, it's what is your worst gigs and how
We're gonna go gig, so that way it won't just be one. Okay.
Yeah, no, we have to make it pull. You know, what are some of those situations, those horror stories that, you know, when you think about it from, you know, it hits you, it just, you know, do something to you. You know, we were just talking with a friend of the show. I'm not going to say his name, but I could hear it in his voice when he was telling us.
He was trembling, telling us his
Yes,
story.
yes, I could hear it like he was reliving it. You know, it was like a haunted house.
Yeah, and I've been racking my brain just trying to come up with something. You say you have plenty that you can throw out there, but
Well, yeah, you know, because, you know, defining it, you know, we're not looking at things that took place and you fixed it in the process.
All right.
That doesn't mean that wasn't a horror story.
Yes, I get you.
Because if you didn't fix it, what would happen?
Oh my God, it should have been a horror story. Yep.
Yeah. You know, and it's been some, I'm just saying, I can think of several, and, you know, that I can think about where it started and where it ended. Now, where it ended was great, but where it started was horrible.
So do you have some that never got back on the right path?
That's a good question.
Yeah, because were we able to save them all?
Well, I don't know if you can save them all, because you can do a good job and think that you did a great job, but you don't know how that person feels.
Yeah.
Now,
but most of the times, well, go ahead. We'll get into questions. But
well,
yeah,
I'm just saying, I've done some events where there were some bad things and I didn't recover, even though I felt like I did a good job. It was hunting me in the moment, you know, and we'll get into that. You know, I've been, you know.
Matter of fact, I have one.
I know you do.
Yeah. I just came with one. As we discussing, I really thought back and, woo! Yeah, there's some.
So
Ric Flair moment.
Yeah. Give a round of applause.
Woo!
Yeah. So we're gonna jump right on in.
Okay, come on.
Just going to get this party started. First question.
All right, so we'll just throw them back and forth to each other. Okay, what was the single worst gig you've ever had, and what exactly went wrong?
Well, I'm gonna say single for today.
Well, let's just say gigs. I won't do single. Go ahead.
Yeah, one that comes up to mind right away is I was doing an event in Rockwall at the Hilton Inn right on the lake, a wedding, and this was pre-Mac days, you know, and I had a PC, and I was study just trying to push the limits, you know, and I felt like the computer was on its last leg, but I'm just going to get everything out of it that I could. And that day happened to be the day that it wanted to hit me with the blue screen, the check disc screen. And so when you get the check disc screen, it has to go through all of its updates. And that may be like 4 or 5 updates. And that could take anywhere from 15 to sometimes 45 minutes to an hour.
But let me ask a question.
Yeah,
so
please.
how was it able to do that if you weren't online? Were you online?
You don't have to be online.
I thought it would only update if you were online.
You don't have to be online.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I wasn't online.
I'm trying to remember the PC days. So that's
and so the ceremony, I was only there for the reception. So the ceremony had finished, and mind you, this particular event, I was the only person of color in the room. So and this was a Western type of cowboy type of feel, so so I'm playing music during the cocktail hour, and we're like about 30 minutes before the reception just opens up.
Okay.
And my computer just, bam, everything just shut off, all the music. So I'm panicking. They're looking at me, and it's just that moment, that awkward moment, where all the eyes are on you.
Yeah.
And you have to look up. You have to answer those questions. You have to have those conversations. So it was bad, and I just assured them, I'm sorry, my computer is trying to update, and it shouldn't be, but it is. So in my mind, it's like, man, when this computer comes up, and I hope it does, I got to hit them with everything. I was just thinking, how can I make them forget, this 30 to 40 minutes of hell?
Yeah.
And when I tell you, I don't think I've ever sweated so hard in my life.
Wow.
And it was a cold room.
Wow.
So it was, man, it was bad. And that was the time when I realized that, you know what, man, I got to let this Mac computer go.
That PC.
Or the PC. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's always been equipment moments that can kill you.
Yes.
That just get you. I'm trying to think. I think mine was last year, dealing with a person at the wedding that was friends with the couple, and they were absolutely awful. And it turned into a whole bunch of mess that rolled over into a whole big thing. So that, but
what do you mean? What do you?
Okay,
you
so it started with I walked across the bridge at a venue to go find out about a song. They took that as me not knowing what's going on, so it just started right there and went downhill from there.
And they being who?
The photographer, the planner, anybody that was involved. Thought all of this, that, and the other, and it was just one night of hell, and I just said, oh man, but you're doing the best you can, and just different things happen. I think I also had the wrong version of the first dance.
Oh man, that hurts.
Yeah. So I mean, people don't realize we beat ourselves up too, and I looked at it; both of them looked the same color, same album cover. So, but I'm taking full responsibility. It was me, but I did, like you said, I did everything I could to recover for the rest of the night. But after that, you were done. I was done. Yeah, done.
And do you think that you have side effects from those type of events?
Yeah. Anytime you get somebody that seems like they may be Zilla, photographer, videographer, planner, bride, mama, any Zilla kind of gets you in that, can get under your skin. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So following up to that, how did you mentally recover in the moment when you knew the night was crashing? How did you keep it together?
Man, I just say, okay, that's behind me. I gotta try to make sure nothing else goes wrong throughout the entire night. Nothing else goes wrong. Nothing else goes wrong. Just keep on grinding and make sure you do everything else right from that moment. So how did you recover from that moment?
Um, I kind of just got locked in on what I needed to do,
Mm-hmm.
and I got so dialed in on just hit after hit, just getting them dancing and singing, and that was my whole motivation. Mentally, I think that I just checked out on the issue itself
Yeah.
and started kind of just focusing
Mm-hmm.
on what I needed to do to try to change, that moment. Uh, because I needed them to look at me and define me by who I know I was as a DJ at that moment.
Yeah, but yours is a little different, Mike. That's equipment malfunction. There's nothing human possibly you could have did with that.
Well, I could have bought a Mac.
No, that has nothing to do. I mean, there's no way if your computer decides to update, that could have happened to anybody. That could have happened to you with a Mac. It could have went down and reset.
Well, yes, in a different.
But you know what? We're gonna beat ourselves up because we wanted to all go right. But there's nothing you could have did about
Well, well, I have to be honest with myself because to me, the problem didn't start that night. The problem
that. So you
started.
held on to the computer too long and should have updated.
Yes.
Okay, yeah,
And
but
I
still,
knew that
but
I knew I was
okay,
pushing.
you're
I
right.
knew I was pushing the envelope.
I'm not even
So,
gonna try to.
yeah, I can't let myself off the hook because it was like at the end, like, it's your fault, man.
Yeah,
You did
yeah,
it to yourself.
yeah, yeah.
But luckily I was able to rebound
Yeah,
and people were
I don't
happy.
really think people realize that that is the toughest thing that we do because we don't want to mess up. It may mean more to us than it does to some of them that we don't want to mess up.
Yeah, and I agree, and I would ask this question to those that don't know or feel like they know. When you're in those type of pressure situations, how do you respond? Being in that, are you able to, pull yourself out of that? Or would you like to be treated in the manner that sometimes we get treated or we treat people? Because, man, sometimes when people, well, I ain't gonna say sometimes, there's a lot of times where people fall down and they don't get up.
It's tough, man, because you're beating yourself up. Somebody else could be beating you up. The planner could be beating you up.
Oh, yeah.
And it's tough, brother. I'll just say that that's one of the toughest things to do when you have a mistake at an event. You beat yourself up. Sometimes you can't even get back up off the canvas because it's tough to have thick skin and say I just don't care because you care more. Like I say, you care, and you
Mhm.
don't want that. You don't want to ruin anybody's day. That first dance is so names are important, and somebody in the audience that knows something is going to remind you and let you know. Okay, the last name is Smith.
Oh,
You
oh yeah.
called him Smitty.
Mhm.
So it's gonna always be tough. If anybody has any experience out there, please share. But in the meantime, we're gonna keep moving on to the next question. So, did you ever have a moment where you thought, "I'm done with this"?
That's a good one. That's a good question. I don't know if I.
Let me help
Yeah,
you and
go
say,
ahead.
have you ever said, "I'm done doing weddings" or "I'm done doing other stuff"? I'm gonna keep DJing, but I just don't want to do this anymore.
Now, I've been in a situation
Mm-hmm.
where I was doing a wedding and I almost felt like, you know what, I'm done with this. I don't
So
want to do this no more.
you have done it.
Yes. Because I was I was in a situation, right?
Uh-huh.
And it's a wedding, beautiful wedding.
Uh-huh.
Um, and I did the ceremony, and then we got to the reception part. You know, we were at the Renaissance.
Uh-huh.
And the bride had her list of music, and she did not want to deviate under no circumstances from that music. So I'm sitting here and I have to play this music, and the people at the wedding are just looking at me just crazy and grilling, and dude, like, man, can you play something else, man? We don't listen.
So
to
let
that.
me ask you a question. I want to ask this.
Go
So
ahead.
was this one of the situations where you needed the money, so you worked it, even though you knew what you was getting into?
No.
Or you just
No.
So it was not. So why did you do it, knowing what she wanted you to do?
Because I felt like,
You could fix her.
well, I felt like she had an understanding.
You felt like you could fix her.
I felt like I could fix her. I felt like I would be able to drive the boat.
Yeah.
And if I felt like we needed to, go around this bad spot, that, the captain would allow me.
Yeah. So, but she wouldn't allow it.
Oh, so, somebody said something, so I deviated. Planner comes up there, the bride say, turn that off right now and go back to her playlist. She did, and Jeff, I'm telling you, that is the tone right now.
I think we've all been there and done that, but
but this one here was different. This was
because they
different.
belittle you and just turn you into a jukebox.
Well, because there are times where the planner will say stuff, but the planner's like, man, I understand. Let's try to work around. No, the planner was not on my side at all. The planner was like, I'm talking about, she put like right now.
Oh my
Turn it
God.
off. It wasn't like the next song, go back to her list. No, turn it off right now.
Man, we've all had those, man. But God, I know how you feel. And then everybody's looking at you like it's your fault.
Oh,
how can you DJ? Why are you playing this? Man, I did an indie wedding. I mean, they wanted indie music, and I'm like, but I love it when they end up giving up and say, okay, go ahead, because they realize they're ruining the day for everybody.
They never gave up.
She never gave up.
I'm talking. I tried numerous times. The planner, because I'm telling you, and we got to get to Todd.
We will.
And this is the bad part.
Uh-huh.
When you have that crowd that they just want to, as
they ready to go.
As the Isley said, take me to the next phase.
Yeah, they ready.
They ready.
And
I'm just saying, every time I tried to gallop, it was like,
So did you just finally give up and just say, okay, I'm just gonna do what they asked me to do?
Yeah, I had to.
Wow. Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was about 5 times. Every time I look up, the planner is right there.
All right, let's get to Ty right quick. The second wedding of this season, the little boy ring bearer walked behind my booth during the reception
and barked
and threw up on me. Wow.
Yes.
That's not good.
Wow. Was it a lot or was it a little?
Luckily he only hit my lower legs and feet, not my equipment. Wow.
Wow. I'm just saying, even your lower leg and equipment, how did you rebound from that?
Wow.
Because you smell like Similac.
Yeah, whatever the case may be. I stayed professional, but on a 4-song extended mix and quickly changed my pants. Wow. Yeah. Good job. Yeah. But see, as we go, we learn, and we know we have to take extra equipment. We need to, you almost know you need to take a pair of clothes or whatever you had on before. You need to go get out of it, at least get to the bathroom and wipe it off and try to get that smell, because you could end up sick yourself throwing up back there.
Well, and look at it this way: people coming up there asking you for songs, and they go back to the table. The DJ smell like straight ish. That DJ is stinking. Then you start looking at how we looking in the audience, and we're looking, and you wondering why they looking at you like
talking all whispered.
Yeah.
Point. Wow. Yeah. Oh man, the venue owner brought buckets of water and cleaned it up while out. Man, that is crazy. I ain't never had nothing quite that crazy happen. What's up, T-Bone? Man, good gracious. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's some stuff, it's some horror stories out there, brother.
So what about you? Have you did something that made you say,
I never want to quit. I said I'm not gonna ever let anybody take my joy from being a DJ. I've been mad and like, man, this is crazy. But then
so
I
you've
said,
never been in a situation where you say, you know what? I don't want to do no more school events. I don't want to do no more of this. Or you've never been at that point to where it's, you know what?
I'll just say I don't want to go back to this school again.
That's the same thing.
No, that's not me saying I don't want to do it.
No, that's
yeah. Like there's some
just saying-
schools that just don't even call me because I'm not coming.
what
Yeah. But now I have
What-
options so I can send
Okay.
somebody else. But I'm with you. Yeah, you're right.
what happened.
I haven't said I don't want to stop DJing though.
What happened at those moments that made you not want to go back to the school?
Oh man, one school I was doing a talent show for. I didn't spend all night editing these songs, taking out the bad words. So we get there, we're doing rehearsal, and the kids, oh, I don't want to do that. You took out all the cussing. And then the principal, the teacher is going along and just, well, why? I'm like, look. And then as soon as you play a bad word, they up there like they're planner. Change it right now. So I'm like, how do I win this? And then Mike, it wasn't no money. I was doing it for, trying to be
free.
nice. Not free. No, we never go out free. We're gonna get something out of you.
Okay.
Well, in can, as they say, as we were talking about earlier. But I was like, I'm not doing this no more. No, I'm done. I said, don't call me, lose my number. But no, don't call me. I don't want to do nothing else for this school.
Well, I've had one of those situations, and
Yeah.
I have not did that type of event ever again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it was a cheerleader event, and I used to do it all the time. Well, go ahead.
I'm laughing at Ty. So Ty, he said, I think it's one of my worst and no tip. Did the people know that somebody had threw up on you? I'm sure they knew they had threw up on you, didn't they?
Whoever child that was supposed to give you a $100 bill. Whoever child that was.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's terrible.
The baby should have went in somebody's purse and brought you money.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
But yeah, I had.
No, I've never said I'm not gonna let you steal my joy, but I know I don't want to fool with you no more.
Hey, we have to know when to walk away.
And can we say this? The
Yes,
people
please.
that sometimes you do the most for and maybe make them the best deal or do it out of the kindness, not out of the kindness of your heart, but for less than what you would normally do stuff, are the ones that'll treat you the worst. And
Yeah.
demand more out of you than your highest paying customer.
High expectations,
Low
input.
Yeah. Oh my God. Make you want to kill them. Yeah.
No, he didn't use the K word, people.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Wow. He's going to sound effect me. Okay. All right.
Yeah. So moving.
Oh, yeah. It was a bride's nephew.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're supposed to walk away with at least a $500 gift.
Well, at least I'm sorry. Or here's a Baskin and Robbins gift card or so.
Yeah, your clothes, your pants you got to put your pants in a grocery bag and close it off because of the smell. Yeah. So
Wow, man. Yeah. And you know what? You have to be able to stand on those things too, man. Read this. We're going to go back to, because Todd's having an inspirational moment over there. It says, I have a venue 1 hour from me. 2 times I've done a wedding there. They were so nasty. When the brides contact me and mention the venue, I say, I am like, nope, not happening. So you have to stand on it sometimes. Even though if you need the money, want the money, sometimes you have to, say no. All right, go ahead, sir.
So how much of a disaster was due to something you did versus something out of your control? Have you been in a situation to where you just made a boo-boo?
It hurts my heart if I say the wrong name or if I play the wrong version of a song.
Have you been in that situation?
Oh, yeah.
And how did it make you feel?
Like total crap. Like, man, you blumbling idiot. You had months, weeks, time to get all of this right. How did you not get it right? How did you mess that name up? What it's right there in front of you. You know what I mean? So now I start using a trick that I heard Mike Walter say. I start saying their name the morning before. And if it's, the morning up, I get in the mirror and say, Shabbat Kabuta. You put something crazy and just keep saying it. And Mr. and Mrs. like this week, it was spelled Farrar. How would you say that?
Oh, F
A
R
R
R
A R.
A R R. Farrah?
No, it's fair.
Fair.
Yeah, Fair.
What is their nationality? What is the
I don't know
groom's
what he was. I
nationality?
don't know what he was exactly, but that you said it like that. The other stuff was
Can I
solid.
have the origin of the word?
The origin of the word. The origin was, so she wrote it out in
Can
big
you
letters
use it in a
every
sentence?
time. She said, I want to make sure you and the minister don't say this name wrong. It used to didn't matter to me when people said, before I was getting married, but now that it's going to be my name, it matters.
Yes.
Fair. I absolutely love my bride this weekend. She was wonderful. Yeah, Kenzie was absolutely wonderful. She made it so much fun, so easy. And I don't think anybody understands how much it hurts us if we do something wrong. And it's not like we do it on purpose. But so have you ever had one?
Oh yes. Tongue got fat.
Fat tongue? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember, and this is one that I was able to correct this before it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And I was doing one of my destination weddings that I've done over in St. Mart. And I'm in the back room going over the names with the bridesmaids because the bridal party was huge.
Yeah.
And it was like 10 and 10 somewhere up in there.
Whoa.
And I had already looked at the names. I'm like, I don't know what the hell this is. So I said, I got to go to the back.
You get them lists sometimes. You be like, oh my God.
Yeah, I had to go to the back. So saying I'm going over everybody's name, and I get to that one name and I try to say it. And when I tell you I'm talking about she checked me. No. And then she said it phonetically. Let me say it with you. Repeat after me.
Wow.
I'm talking about she treated me like I was 5.
But you know what? The thing that I've learned over time, and I do it 99% of the time, but it's been funny lately. A lot of people have not been introducing their bridal party, or they've just been saying, here's the bridal party. But I go back there like you did. I make it a practice to go back there and get everybody's name and get them to say it to me. Because sometimes you can have a great moment. Somebody can say, hey, call me. Man, I had one time, it was, call me this. So I had a dad give me, hey, here's this. I want you to introduce him as an MMA wrestler or a WWE wrestler. Man, it was hilarious. 250 pounds out of the great state of New York coming in. It's the rumbling, stumbling, bumbling, and man, they ate and they loved it. But it was just because I went back in the room and talked to him. And man, that was the highlight of that introduction, man. I remember that so well. And the dad came and gave me some more money. He's like, oh, you killed it. And the guy was like laughing, embarrassed, but it was funny. But you just get, go back there and find out, because you really don't want to mispronounce anybody's name. No. Yeah. So yeah. But what about something that was out of your control? Say like your planner keeps coming to change stuff, or somebody keeps changing, or like I did a wedding recently with no planner. I make an announcement, we're about to do this, and I see the groom dashing upstairs. Or we do or like the bride told me they was gonna have this car come out. The kids were gonna ride out in this car. So I'm sitting here playing the song. Doody doo 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 doo. 1 minute in, no car. I say, dang, didn't the kid? So finally, I just told her to come on, switched it to her song. Then after that was over, when we get to reception, oh yeah, we changed our mind. It would have been nice for somebody to tell the DJ that y'all got, but it's just some stuff out of your control, and you just have to bounce quickly to fix it. Because if you don't, it'll compound on you.
Oh yeah. And I've had situations where. Go ahead. You talking about Todd?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I accidentally queued up "Pomp and Circumstances." That's the song for the Oscars.
Yes, instead of "Bridal March," and totally missed it as the bride was walking down the aisle.
Did you change it in time, or?
Man.
Yeah, that's a little rough.
Sometimes you just have to, just
here she is.
Yes. You got to pick up the mic. and go out there and sing.
Oh my goodness. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, but some of the ones that were really bad, it's all tied to someone not doing their job.
Yeah.
And I'm put on spot and I have to make it right.
Well, say, when do you start looking at the names? Do you don't wait till the day of, or do you? Oh God, this is a list from hell for this bridal party. I start looking
Oh,
early.
you talking about the name?
Yeah, and then most of the time, most brides now they know some of it's jacked up, so they'll try to give you, they'll write it out for you. But yeah, it can be rough.
Well,
I still go back there, even if I do that.
Well, I
So,
go back there and
Real quick
go
on
ahead.
this one, T. I did a basketball game announcer using the Bulls instead of intro music. Oh, okay. So was that on purpose or by mistake? I hope you didn't do that by mistake. And now at 6'6" out of North Carolina.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Todd, she walked in and everyone stared. I'm sure they did, brother. Yep, because she should have went up there and said for the best actor in a movie,
Yeah.
Todd. Yeah. Oh man, he said he did it.
On purpose.
Oh gosh, wow. That's
Me and Big Easy, I actually used Big Easy to do he played as a announcer and the bride and groom wanted to come into the same thing as Chicago Bull theme music.
Yeah.
So he did, we pre-recorded everything and he announced it because Big Easy had a beautiful voice.
Yeah, he did.
He had a beautiful voice. But that was on purpose.
Oh, okay.
But, getting back to what we were talking about, yes, I've had some situations where, like I said, it's dealing with, planners. Something's supposed to take place at this time, and the planner just totally disappears. And the bride and groom are looking at me like it's my fault. And I'm like,
Wow.
Y'all paid her.
Yeah.
And not only is the bride and groom looking at me, everybody sitting down is looking at me, and during those times, I start to really realize how important or how everything was centered around music.
Oh, yeah. And
so, and this is early, some of the early times when I started doing weddings and I started taking more control of that, instead of getting the list from the wedding planner as far as how, your itinerary, I would create my own. And this is what we're going by, especially when it comes to the reception, because everything is centered around music. So even this is the one that I hate.
okay.
You're doing a ceremony and nobody's supposed to start walking until they hear the song that they're walking to. When the wedding coordinator is sending people out on other music, and then you notice it, then you have to try to switch in between the music, and people are looking at you like you doing something wrong.
Yeah, that can be problematic.
Oh,
That's why I like everybody that goes solo. It's a blessing that I have a team, because I will go over there and stand by her, and Cal will do the ceremony, or vice versa. But we always make sure we talking to them and tell them, so that doesn't happen. Todd, you didn't get away with nothing here. I walked the reception, gave them an extra hour free, and the groom gave me $100 tip. Well,
hey, that's a good rebound.
Yeah, it was a good rebound.
I'm just saying it's a good rebound.
Right.
The thing is, how do you make them?
You can't.
Let that go.
You
have to
He
change.
did a lot to make him let it go.
Yeah,
But
and you have to, because I'm telling you, when I did the blue screen, when the computer did the blue screen on me, and to be sitting there, and this is what's bad about it.
yes,
Is when you're on the stage and everybody else is down there, you can't hide.
no.
So I'm just up
All
there.
you could do was apologize, man. Hey, look,
I
this
apologize
computer,
like hell.
But that could happen to somebody in the middle of a presentation at work. It could happen damn near anywhere.
Yes,
but it happened to you, and I get it. I understand.
And the thing that one of the things that we're looking at, or if we're not, that we should look at, is people don't care about that.
Yeah, that's true too. And like you say, you brought it on yourself because you knew it was coming, and you didn't do anything to prepare to make it better.
You know what they start saying?
What?
All that money y'all paid him?
Oh my gosh. All right, so keep it moving. We could talk about that dead horse for a long time.
So Todd said, I brought an in-ear walkie-talkie and now use them doing my
I like that
quickly
too,
fix
where they'll put somebody
in
by
wrong
you.
time. Yeah. You have to have that. You have to have something, because I'm not going to say they don't care.
No, they care.
They're just trying to get their part
And just
done.
think about this. They probably just as nervous as you are.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, and they just trying to get them down the aisle, not really thinking about what's going on. So it's just everybody trying to get their job done. And sometimes they just get anxious and like this. I had mine, but I was standing right there. So it was great because we were like, this was a fireplace right here in between us. And we were sitting right here, and the planner was right there on the front of the fireplace. So, hey, boom. And she really wasn't paying attention, but I had to tell her one time, hold, because she was about to send somebody. So, yeah, it helps if you know to communicate with them, and and I can stand there. Okay, what's the weirdest client or crowd request you've ever gotten why you say a bad gig in a gig? It ain't got to be a bad gig.
Well, we can change the word.
You can just get a bad request.
Okay, we're just saying a gig.
So, what is your weirdest request you ever got?
One of the weirdest requests that I've gotten that I can think of right now. I was doing a wedding at the Anatole, and there's a lot of kids out there and grown-ups, and the guy comes up and he asked me, and I can't remember the song, but it was one of those ratchet Scarface songs. And he was serious, like, yo, hey, can you? And I just looked at him. He's like, what's wrong? I said, I want you to take a moment and turn around and look and see what you got, what you see up there. I said, what you see, bro? He said, oh, I see, older people, kids, and other people around my age. I said, so do you think that song is appropriate? Oh, man, my bad. You're damn right it's still bad.
But see, people like that, they're in the moment for themselves. They don't really care about what's going on.
I know it, but the song, I can't remember. I'm talking about it was bad, Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm like, really?
Yeah. I mean, we all get those, Mike. And, you just have to, you want to smack them upside the head. Really? Did you really just ask for that?
I wish I had a Nerf football.
Well, that's too soft.
I would have nerfed. Well, you can't, it's too soft, but it's hard enough to get a good one.
Yeah, get some attention.
Yeah, especially if I'm throwing one like, Mahomes or Elway.
Yeah. Yeah, not the old Drew Brees at the end of his career arm, the noodle arm.
Yeah.
God.
What about you?
Oh, just the same thing you have. I just can't remember anybody in particular, but I'm sure I've had some that's just been like, really? And I think the worst ones I've got is like from kids at like schools.
Yeah.
Really? And I love what my wife tells them. So you going to play that with your mama standing right here. And they just turn around and walk away. I just love that line. Are we going to sing this together in front of your parents?
Well, the worst request, one of the worst for me is this.
Yeah.
Where the kid comes up and asks you for this offensive song. I've been in a situation. I'm talking about totally offensive. No, worse than WAP. No.
I don't know if there's a song worse than WAP.
Yeah. Well, you're right. WAP is pretty, but I'm just saying it was ratchet.
Rough.
And then the mom comes up and tells me, yeah, you can play it. Kid 15.
Everybody's just different, man. And
I know it,
and
but
we're
I'm
wondering
like,
why little Johnny is somewhere breaking little rocks into big rocks now. Well, Terrence said someone requested Jurassic. You know what? I might have played that because it might have been funny.
Were they in there biting people?
But you know what? We can say that, but that song might have meant something to that group. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm
Now,
pretty
if
sure
it's
it
not
did.
rough, ratchet or something, then you have to process it. But man, that is horrible. The Giraffe. I mean, we get a lot of Star Wars things wedding, and I mean, I didn't play the Death March a lot of times at wedding. So it just depends. And then Todd said my worst. Let's click him up there. My worst for reception is a drunk groom's father or uncles always coming up and asking for something that would clear the floor. And when I finally work it in, it does, and they don't even dance to it.
Oh,
yeah.
Todd, I hate that.
Todd, you need his name.
Yeah, I call him out.
Uncle Johnny over there with his tie around his ankle.
Oh man, I call him out. Hey, no, you.
This is
right
for you.
there. You asked for this.
Yes,
You better get out there and dance.
Come on.
Yeah.
You want me to dance with you?
Yeah, no, I ain't dancing with you.
You want me to dance with you? Come on. Yeah, I'm like
cleared this dance floor.
Yeah, DJ CTF, DJ clear the floor.
Yeah.
And Todd, what did he say?
Then I have to work to get the people back on the floor. Oh yeah.
Sometimes that's a tough decision, man. But sometimes what I'll do is I'll play a slow song and then I'll leave with it. Because then I can get out of it quickly and go to something I know gonna work.
Yeah,
but I gave them the request.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to find ways to get around it and not.
I don't know how long. I didn't say how long you would
get it. Yeah,
but you'll get it.
You'll get it. Yeah. All right. What's next, sir?
Have you ever been underpaid or mistreated after a tough gig?
Is DJ in my name?
Yes.
Do I call myself DJ?
Yeah. Well, give us some.
Several hundred
where you
sorority parties. Several hundred sorority parties where, hey, we didn't make enough on the door to pay you.
And how did you respond to that?
Where you live at? Because I'll be over there daily to get my money. Nah, I mean, I don't know, bro. Just man. I don't think I've ever been mistreated after an event though. I think what do you think being mistreated after an event would be?
Hell, I didn't get paid.
Yeah, well, that's all in one thing,
Well, I can't think of a time where I was mistreated.
But underpaid.
And
I counted that question. I just say not paid, not underpaid.
Yeah.
Underpaid is because you accepted it for what you did for it. That's not their fault.
Yeah, you're right.
So I would say not paid or didn't get paid the full amount.
Correct.
Because because there's a lot of times we done stuff and we didn't agree to it. And after we get there and they got $14,000 worth of flowers and they want to give you $500, I'm like, wait a minute, what? But then, you've accepted it. So what can you do? You got to go on and do the event.
Yeah. And one of my worst ones, and we were talking about this is I remember, years back DJing a New Year's Eve party. And for DJs that know, one of the big paydays for a DJ is New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
That's a great day, whether you're doing a party, wedding, no matter what it is. That's a big payday. So, I've been spinning for about 6 hours, and I did my job.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody had a great time. And afterwards, the dude disappeared.
They were supposed to pay you?
They were supposed to pay. I waited for about 3 hours, dude. That's not funny, Jeff.
It's not. How long ago was this?
It's been over 10 years.
Okay, all right. You're good.
It's been over 10 years.
But okay, that's why we all get paid up front now.
Hey, this was pre-contract.
Pre-contract. I understand, but it's still kind of funny because.
But it's just what made it bad is when you're dealing with somebody that you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And in the part about it that was bad was it's like, I didn't have to deal with the dude. I had to deal with you. And so To this day, I never got paid.
Wow.
Never
10 years
got paid.
continues to go. Your value is way up now, though. If it was 400, it's probably 1,000 now. So,
Yeah. I think it was like $600, dude.
so that might be about 18 now.
25.
Oh my God, 6 hours too, man. Oh
Dude,
my
it was
God.
long.
Oh.
And see, look, it was long. I was still using vinyl.
Oh man, and how many crates of records did you have to tote in there for that?
Dude,
Whoa, wow,
I
that's
was
horrible.
still using vinyl. So
Yeah.
this was early 2000.
Wow.
Early 2000.
Ooh, boy.
So Todd said, I have a local club here wanted me to move to $100 a night for 8 to midnight
No
and
food.
no food. Previously, it was $400 and a large pizza. For some reason, they thought I would accept it.
$25 an hour and no food.
They took away the pizza.
Wow, that's crazy. Hey, but the crazy thing is, Todd, there's somebody behind you that probably would have took it.
Oh,
And
they
I'm
might have
sure
took
somebody did. Gave me a sob story about how they weren't been so good to me and how because I get
Because of them, I have booked many gigs,
yeah.
which is big straight BS.
BS.
Because that's another crazy thing. Got a question,
Yeah.
and this is for anybody out there listening.
Come on.
How many gigs have you got from DJing at a club or a bar and grill?
It's not a whole bunch, but you do get some.
I'm pretty sure the percentage is not even at 5.
No.
It's point something.
Okay, let's just say this.
Point something.
Yeah, say if you worked at Fat Daddy's every time it was open, you probably would have got a lot more out of it because it would have been consistent and they would have knew you.
Maybe 1 or 2 here.
Did you get
and
any
there.
out of that when you did?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I got a couple. But yeah, you're right. It's tough.
And I'm just saying, and it's not that you can be doing a banging job. I just think the people that go to those type of places are not the people that are looking to book a DJ.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. All right. We're gonna try to get through all of these.
They have some college kids in there now. Delusions of grandeur. He is going to be
The
next festival DJ. Good luck to him.
Kevin Harris.
Yeah.
He will be.
Mhm.
All right, moving on. What's one thing you now always bring or check before a show because of that night? Well, I know what yours is.
Extra computer.
Yeah. Mine is always cables.
Well, I have
the
so
cable bag
many.
from hell, so
I
you-
have a cable bag. So, I bring an extra computer with me, and I like yourself. I'm a fan of buying cables that I don't see often.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah, because it be those situations
Yeah.
where, like, dang, you like think back when we were doing the event where we were doing the live streaming,
Yeah.
and we were looking for stuff.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Like,
we
dang,
still looking for stuff now.
Yeah,
Today
and I'm
we
like,
looking
man,
for
I ain't got
stuff.
my cable bag.
But the thing is, and I'll tell you another person, and he's on here, so I can say this. Terrence, man, he is the redundancy king. I mean, he double checks everything. He might even have 2 controllers.
Hey, I'm just saying, we
Yeah,
were
and
just
which is-
talking with Terrence, and I'm
Yeah.
telling you, when he was telling us about some of the stuff, I could hear it in his voice.
Yeah, man.
I'm like, damn, he
'Cause
needs
his-
Terrence.
the
Terrence,
plug from
hey.
his controller went out.
I think this would be a good thing. We need DJ counselors because some of us is going through some things. Or have been through some
We
things.
have. All right, this is from Toby Keith. I always
What's
see
up,
that and
Toby?
think about the white guy, Toby Keith.
Yeah, that's not him.
Yeah, I know.
What's
All
up,
right.
Toby?
I know they say business cards are extinct now,
Yeah.
but a lot of times when I hear you DJ, oh man, you have a card on you, and they got not gonna call you. I don't know, man.
Well, the
Just
cards,
get their number.
yeah, the cards are still good.
Let's tap phones.
Yeah, and some people don't know how to do that. Most people that
Yeah.
you know, you have the digital business cards
Mhm.
now, and I have both. I have, you know, in my
Digital.
computer bag, I have my business cards, but I also have my digital QR code. You
Scan
know,
away,
scan. You know, I have it.
and
You
then
know,
it'll
sitting
just
where I can get to it on my phone.
and they load right on in, and it works
Yeah.
wonderful.
Oh yeah, and I love that because I have all of my information on there. The only side effect to the digital business card is when you're dealing with someone that don't know how to save a contact.
Yeah, so you do it for them if you got time.
You have to
Yeah.
because what happens is they never get it because they didn't save
Some
it.
I think we should all probably do is like have a little thing. Hey, fill this out for me right quick, or give me your name, your email,
Mhm.
or something real quick. That way, I got you. I can get in contact with you. So just in case you lose my card or whatever,
Oh yeah.
that's something we might need to start practicing. But your turn, sir.
So how do you protect your reputation after a tough public performance? So I'm gonna take tough with questionable performance where you feel like what you've done or what you did was kind of lackluster.
Man, I
How do you protect
are
yourself?
we talking on a personal level or on just what we see now today in this game?
I would say both. Let's look at both.
Okay, 90% of them don't give a flying foo. Otherwise, they would be better. So they go do a horrible show. And, okay, great. I'm on to the next one. Who's paying me next?
What about you? How does because
It hurts my heart.
yeah.
Yeah. So I don't. I just how did I do that, or how was I not prepared for that, or how did I? Because man, I tell you, I give a good example. Remember I told you I had the thing in the park.
Mhm.
All Spanish music. So you worry about, do I play something that may have a bad word in it or something I don't know because I can't speak Spanish. But man, after I was done, so many people came up to me. You played a great set. And I told them, I said, y'all don't realize how nervous I was that I didn't want to play anything that went out of bounds because it was a family day in the park. And you don't know, and you trust in the list that you got or from somebody else. And
that is clean.
yeah,
And somebody come
and
up
it
there
could be
calling
some talking about
Pinchy
smoking,
Mari.
marijuana or some, and then of course you got somebody who wants some bad money, but you got to choose the right
Oh, you got to be
one
careful with
that
bad
doesn't
money
go off the wrong
Yeah.
track because his most popular
because
song
he
is
jumping out there
yeah.
deep.
So you have to take pride in it before you get there.
Yes.
That's how I put it.
Yes.
And if you're not prepared, then you deserve all the bad hits on your reputation that you get. But go ahead, you sir.
Yeah. Well, you're right. We got DJ T Rock, so there will be no country singer up in the house. It's T Rock. DJ
I'm
T
sorry,
Rock.
sir. I see Toby Keith, and I see.
We know what you see,
I'm proud as a country boy,
but that ain't the.
but I know that's not
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
But I would say for me, I feel the same way, and I have been in situations where I feel like I made a mistake and it bothered me, but I learned that the most important thing was the rebound because you're going to make mistakes, and sometimes you can practice till you blue in the face, and you may cue up the wrong song, or somebody may say something to you in that moment, and it may cause you to make a mistake,
Yeah.
and that's going to happen. But what you can do is rebound.
Yeah.
And if you don't focus on the rebound, then it's just going to it's going to be it's going to be like an avalanche. It's just going to build. It's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger because you're in that mindset. You're not in that positive mindset. You're still hovering, you're hanging with the problem.
Yeah.
So
And what you're
bigger.
saying couldn't be any truer, man, because I know I've had weddings where I just beat myself up the entire night. And one thing turned into another thing, and this little thing turned to this, like playing an exit song for a dance track.
Oh, yeah.
Or doing, just letting it compound because I'm not really focused. I'm just so pissed with myself or mad with the situation that I do, you let dumb stuff get in there and hit you in the wrong spot, So,
and it becomes one mistake to kill the DJ.
Yeah. And, you're right. You got to shake it off. Okay, I made a mistake. I got to move on.
That just brings me back when we were talking about situations.
Uh-huh.
I remember DJing a party for someone early 2000s. Should I? There was no way on God's green earth that I should have been there.
Okay.
I'm at a hood party in an apartment complex, living room.
Uh-huh.
And I remember, my cousin-in-law was with me at that time. He was my equipment man.
Uh-huh.
And one of the kids said, "Kill the DJ."
It's funny now,
because I wouldn't play their song.
Is just not cool.
Yeah. And my cousin-in-law, he went off. No, kill you, MF.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
So and it's like, man, why are we here? Why did I do this?
Yeah.
And this was for a family member.
Yeah.
So, and it just got worse. So now I'm thinking, okay, how do we get out of this? So we're in an apartment complex.
Yeah.
I know somebody's going to complain. I turned the bass all the way up.
Yeah. Still bumping.
Police came, knocked on the door.
Yeah.
Y'all got to cut it off. I unplugged everything.
And got out of there.
And I got out of there.
Yeah. That was a good move on your part.
Oh, I had to pull one out.
That could have been ugly. Yeah, that could have been really ugly.
What
All right. Have any have any bad gigs actually help you land better ones later?
Yeah. When
Of
I
course they
rebound.
have, yeah.
Yeah.
As long as
When
you
I
rebound.
I'm just
Even
saying,
if you don't
even
rebound, it could
Yeah.
still help you land something.
even the blue screen, everybody gave me hugs afterwards.
You probably look like you had just been pillaged.
But I'm just saying, they gave me hugs afterwards because I rebounded, and they had a great,
amazing time.
I'm talking about, and one guy was like, "Man, I didn't know how you was gonna come back from that. We thought we was gonna have to do something to you."
I'm telling you, bro, I don't think anybody understands how much it hurts us and how we just feel, because everybody in the room is looking at you.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Everybody. There's only one person they can blame. That's you.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the toddler back there that unplugged it out the wall. It's not the dog that chewed up the cord. It's you.
It's the DJ.
Yeah, it's him. Kill him.
It's the DJ.
Get your money back. And then, man, I bet that was horrible too. As much as y'all paid him, oh man.
Dude,
I
when
bet
they
you feel about like this.
Dude, when they said that, when somebody brings up the money thing, I cannot make eye contact.
Yeah, you just feel like you just want to melt into the wall.
Because I'm down trying to play with this computer, and I'm like, why are you acting like you're doing something? You got to wait. And I can just feel the eyes on me.
And the more you don't look, the worse it gets.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, by the time you do look up, they got laser red eyes shooting beams through you.
Yeah. So when I noticed that it was getting to that point, I'm like, oh, thank you. It's about, and now I'm just sitting here thinking, what is the first song? And I don't remember what I played. I said,
gotta come
this first song and everything after this.
What's the first song?
Yeah, everything
after that too was gonna be.
Oh yeah, but I couldn't play a first good song and then a bad second song.
Oh no, but
it had to, so
keep elevating.
Oh yeah.
Keep the fire burning at church, people. And I like what Todd said. I admit my mistakes, address them immediately, and do my best to make the situation better if possible. Yeah, that's all you can do, Todd, and not continue to beat ourselves up. Also, some of what I felt were my worst weddings. I got follow-up from weddings from people who attended. But the thing is, when you do mess up, if only you and maybe the pride or the planner know, that's a good thing. You don't want it to escalate where everybody in the whole room, hey, that dude played the wrong dang song. Or they looking at you talking and, just crazy. So,
and I would even say this. Sometimes our mistakes, we don't realize that sometimes some of those mistakes that we make that really hunt us, that sometimes the impact is so minute to the people, and it's just massive to us.
Because if you don't care, probably not. But if you care like we do, yeah.
And the good thing, it's great, that we care.
Yeah.
But I think what's important is we have to get to the point to where we can address it with ourselves and move on, because you can't get that back. But what you
No.
can do
It's
is respond
rebound. I love the
and
way you say
continue
rebound.
to
Yeah.
respond.
Uh-huh.
Respond to that
Yeah.
and move on, because I'm telling you, you can get in that situation, man. Like you said, it can just get worse. It can get real
bro, it
bad.
can get-
And to me, I don't want to be defined as something that I know I'm not.
Yeah.
So I fight like hell to make sure that I'm seen in the light that I want to be seen in.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like I say, we make mistakes. Just think about this. And I learned this too. This was I would say, yeah, go ahead, do that. This was one of the things that I learned, through trial and error.
Mm-hmm.
I used to get so wrapped up in the playlist of what I was going to play for an event. And I couldn't see past that, because I just knew that was what it was going to be. And I learned very quickly, if you're trying to play to people and play to the room, that so-called playlist that you built
Yeah.
might not work.
May not.
And a lot of times it doesn't work in the form and fashion that you think it's going to work. You may have some songs out of there that
Are good.
do what needs to be done, but man, the way that our minds
Is this one of the
change.
moments when I
Yeah.
can feel you remember it?
Oh
Sticking
yeah,
to a playlist.
oh yeah. I'm telling, because I'm not gonna lie, sit here and lie and say that I haven't experienced some things,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of things that I experienced. We forget, and some of us don't even know. We operate in an industry that has no standards. Now, yes, we have schools, out there, but still the amount of schools we have out there versus the amount of DJs is nothing.
Yeah.
So for the most part, a DJ is straight OJT. You on the job training.
Yeah. YouTube University.
Yeah. And some of us, we be on the wrong channel.
Yeah, we don't take pride in what
Yeah,
we're doing.
we be on the wrong
we
channel.
Totally out there for that greenback.
Oh yeah. And some of us be on the right channel doing the wrong thing.
Absolutely.
Like, dude, that ain't what they were saying. Dude, no, this is what
Yeah.
that's you. All
Yeah.
you, bro.
Absolutely, brother. I get you. All right, we got one more before we get the horn or something saying that we didn't went overtime.
Oh yeah.
As we try to be respectful of everybody's time. We don't want us to go too long.
Mm.
So what's the last one on here, Michael? It is for you, my friend.
What's your advice to DJs who just had their first bomb and are questioning their careers?
That is a horrendous question.
How?
Man, self-evaluate. See how much of it was you, how much you could have fixed before you got there. And just self-evaluate. Be honest. Okay, could I have played better? Could I have known my music better? Could I have done a little bit more research on the client? What could I have done to make this better? That's the best thing I can tell you. Self-evaluate, man.
Yeah, I would say that, and I would say also sometimes the bomb that you experience didn't just detonate. It's been going off.
Oh my God. So you say they have other bombs going off out there.
Yes, and the reason why I say that, if you're not investing in what you do, from a skill set, from a business standpoint, from a tech standpoint,
Yes.
then that's what you got to look at. Invest in what you do. I don't care if it is a hobby, care about how you look when you're doing this so-called hobby.
Yeah. Yeah.
don't have some pride in what you're doing. Think about the people that you're doing it
The
for.
pride is in the check.
If the pride is only in the check, then you need to get another job.
Yeah.
Somewhere else,
I
because
agree with you, yeah.
just think about this. You're doing an event for someone, and or say this, because people are doing this. I've DJ'd an event for someone that had already passed on. They were celebrating their mother.
Yeah.
And they were having a party. Just imagine you went there and you bombed that. And they have all of these negative emotions and so forth, and how you affected them.
Yeah.
You know, we need to start thinking about how people are affected by the things that we do versus, I'm gonna go get this money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
that's deep right there.
I'm just saying, because you hurt some people.
But you think about that bride that has thought about her wedding for 20, 30 years, and you go bomb it out. And nobody dances, everybody leaves early. I mean, they ain't even to the cake cutting, and it ain't 20 people in there because you didn't do what you were supposed to do, or you're not on the right track. Yeah. Well, it's 45 to 500. I mean, you should be on your game all the time. Yep.
T-Bone, you're right. They've been sucking.
Yep, they've been sucking. Yep.
Yeah.
And Todd has a good one. Go ahead.
So learn from it. Use the opportunity to make improvements, and strive to continue learning and improve with each experience.
Yeah.
Which is very true. In layman terms, get out there and practice and do better.
Yeah.
And stop riding the coattail of those acronyms.
Yeah.
You know, and I used to say this, and I'm gonna have to bring the term back. Some of us are DJs in lowercase.
Some of them have no D and no J. Yeah.
Hey, it's just
I got you. Yeah,
lowercase.
They just D's.
And it's by choice because they're not putting in the work.
Yeah.
And then you want to get mad when someone calls you out on it.
Yeah.
We should be mad.
Yeah.
And the people that you're victimizing with that terror should be mad. You should be incarcerated for that.
He's on a roll. Stop him. Somebody stop him.
I'm just saying it's
you're
horrible.
Absolutely telling the truth though. Yeah.
You know, and it's bad when someone will tell you, hey, why are you saying that about him? Or why are you saying that about them? Why are you not talking to them?
Yeah. Why are you not telling them that? Yeah, he's right. You need to.
So that would be equivalent to the people at the wedding telling Todd that he wrong, and the little boy throwed up on his pants.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Man, how you let that little boy throw up on you? What did you do to him? What did you give him?
Where is his damn mom and dad?
Yeah, what did you know?
Why is he over here behind the DJ booth?
What did you give him for him to throw up?
Yeah.
But man, hey Todd, I have a thing for you, man. How about we do this one day? I know he's gonna bring up something about DJ X. Hey, did y'all see the message from DJ X our partnering? Yeah, we saw.
Yes, we saw. We'll be there.
We'll be there.
We'll be a part of that.
Yeah.
And that for those of you that are not going or haven't thought about going, hey, you need to come to DJ X, and Twitch will be there.
Yeah.
And you know, they have a process that you got to go through before you can be monetized, or they're going to be waiving that process there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot more announcements. We'll be making some announcements in a couple of weeks.
And
we'll have the
guys
on.
Yeah, they're coming on. Sean and
Jim.
Yeah. And hopefully we'll get to sit down with the creator of Twitch.
Oh, I'm pretty sure we will.
Or at least whoever's there representing Twitch.
We will be in the booth.
We will get them in the
booth. Will be in the booth.
Yeah, we'll get them in the booth with us.
We'll be in the Twitch
booth.
Hey,
Todd, I was going to say this too. Talk to Mike about it. Y'all wearing y'all onesies one day while we're doing the show. Just you and him.
Todd, don't even worry about it. I don't know how some people just try to remove themselves out of conversation. You know, I know what it is, Todd. He's almost the tallest person in the room in so many rooms. So his little onesie gonna be really sticking out like a little thumb, and they won't even see us because they'll see him.
Oh my goodness. He said he's gonna bring an extra one just for you, Mike.
No, you're gonna bring an extra one for you.
I have extra ones.
Yeah, well, you gonna bring that, and we'll
I'm
have
gonna
one.
bring 3.
Yeah. You gonna
I'm
have
gonna
that
buy you
one.
another one too.
Hey, I don't mind. I'm not the one mad.
That's what he say. He tried to trick me into wearing mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No?
But man, thank y'all for tuning in. Hopefully we bring a little bit and give y'all a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of insight.
Yes, we're doing the ones.
Make y'all think. Yeah, we're gonna do the onesies. I got my hat. I looked at it yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Ready. Yeah.
Cash
Money, baby. We can't wait to get to Atlantic City coming up in August. And if anybody's going to the NACE experience, I'll be up in Milwaukee. Not doing the show, but as my wife is a board member, so I'll be up there with her, going to my first NACE experience ever. So,
and if you're thinking about going to DJX, you can look on our page. We will post the link.
Code is
we have the code.
Yeah.
We will post that. You'll see that tonight.
Yeah.
And if you need it and you don't see it, inbox me or Jay, or inbox us on 2 DJs and 1 mic. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Bring your cha-ching onesie also. Ty.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that's the only one we have all alike.
Yes, cha-ching, baby.
Ty, what size you wear? Just in case I get generous. Yeah, let me know.
Okay.
Yeah, I might
right.
get Mike a 3rd one so Mike can wear one every day.
We need to get one that says 35.
Yeah, a onesie with the
35th.
custom made 35.
Yes, 35th. Yes.
Look at me doing all this talking. But hey man, thank y'all for tuning in. And again,
if you
have any topics that y'all want to see us talk about or hear us talk about, hit us up. And we'll be glad to discuss anything. You want to come on the show, hit us up. We'll have you on the show. Yeah.
Hit us up. Ty say we're large.
I know. I saw it. Yeah. Make it happen. Make it happen, baby. Make it happen, Captain.
All right, guys. Well, we thank you guys as always for tuning in, listening to us, talking with us. Yes, he shut me down. Y'all have a great night. Till next time. Wow. That's what I call aggressive DJ. What was that syndrome? What was that syndrome?
PTSD.
No. Aggressive drops syndrome. Y'all have a good